It's Friday, January 15th, and this is your coffee break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski, and we are at the beautiful Prospector Theater in Ridgefield. If you don't know about the Prospector, it's basically an incredible luxury theater, and they provide job training and job opportunities for people with disabilities right here in the heart of Ridgefield. We're so excited to be here today. And of course, Rob Adams will be bringing us sports and weather. We're going to be talking with some folks from the theater, and we'll have a little history update for you later. But first, getting into some of today's news and the stories we're following today, a Milford man faces additional charges in connection to several cases of sexual assault of a juvenile when he was arrested on January 13th. 39-year-old Chad Whittington of Chapel Street was already in custody on charges of sexual assault of a juvenile female when police served him with arrest warrants charging him with additional assaults. According to police, on November 18th, the Milford Police Department received a report of an attempted assault on a female victim that had taken place between 2014 and 2015. The department's Special Investigations Unit conducted an investigation and issued a warrant for Whittington's arrest on November 19th. He was taken into custody and has been held by the Department of Corrections ever since. However, on December 15th, the Milford Superior Court issued additional warrants for his arrest based on similar charges. You can get more on that story at milfordmirror.com. And an accident in Shelton on Thursday afternoon sent two people to the hospital. The section of the road near 329 Bridgeport Avenue and Nels Rock Road was blocked off for a time by Shelton police following a three-car accident that sent the two victims to Bridgeport Hospital. The opposite side of the road, past the Cadillac dealership, was also blocked off by several police units during the investigation. Sergeant James Millington told the Shelton Herald that the two drivers were rushed to the trauma center in Bridgeport. He said they were badly hurt, but he thought they were going to be okay. Before reopening Bridgeport Avenue, officers on the scene spoke to witnesses and reenacted the crash to get a more clear idea of what had happened. According to Sergeant Millington, witnesses said a Jeep 4x4 that was totaled in the crash swerved into oncoming traffic and collided with a red AMEC truck before it slid into the nearby wooded area. And a Bridgeport gas station was among those caught up in an illegal tobacco sting by the State Department of Revenue Services. The multi-jurisdictional operation led by the Department of Revenue Services MSA Tobacco Enforcement Unit resulted in 4 arrests and the confiscation of large amounts of cash and illegal products. Following months of investigation, the Tobacco Enforcement Unit joined with the Hartford, Bridgeport, Newington, and Wethersfield Police, as well as the Office of Connecticut's Chief State's Attorney, to issue search and seizure warrants that resulted in 4 arrests, including those of 50-year-old Shiraz Mohammed, 37-year-old Sabia Rahman, 51-year-old Mohammed Shaheen, and 33-year-old Ahmed Mustaq. Each faces numerous charges, including possession of untaxed tobacco, conspiracy and possession of untaxed tobacco, and first-degree larceny. 3 city gas stations owned by Mohammed were involved, including those in Bridgeport on Huntington Turnpike, White Street in Hartford, and Albany Avenue in Hartford. More than $120,000 in untaxed tobacco products and cash were recovered from those 3 locations. And in another story, 2 Derby high school girls were approached by a man in a car in 2 separate incidents on Tuesday, according to the Derby police. They were approached when they first got off the school bus, once on Hawthorne Avenue and Talmadge Street, and then later on East 9th and Olivia Streets. The man the girls described as being in his mid-30s, wearing a white sweatshirt and driving a Honda Civic with tinted windows, apparently approached the girls separately and asked them to get in his car because he said it was too cold out. The Derby Police Department is assigning officers to patrol the city in the mornings and afternoons. Since there is often safety in numbers, police encourage parents to arrange for their children not to wait alone at bus stops if possible. In addition, police ask parents, guardians, and students to call 911 immediately and alert school officials of suspicious activities at any of the bus stops. And a Connecticut state senator has been hospitalized following a one-vehicle crash. Police say a vehicle being driven by State Senator Andrew Maynard left the roadway and rolled down to an embankment Thursday afternoon on State Route 32 in Waterford. Police tell The Day of New London that the crash appears to have been caused by a medical condition. Police say Maynard was taken to a hospital for treatment. His condition is unknown. The Stonington Democrat suffered a major brain injury in July 2014 after falling from a staircase while helping a neighbor move furniture. The 53-year-old was in the hospital and rehabilitation center for nearly 6 months. He was reelected to office in November 2014. A spokesman says Maynard has declined requests for interviews by The Day since his hospitalization. And some news here in Ridgefield. After a couple of delays, work is set to begin in earnest on the Danbury Road Route 35 bridge project, signaling the return of alternating one-way traffic from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at least through the spring. One-way traffic is expected to start on Monday, January 18th. Kevin Nursick, a spokesman for the State Department of Transportation, said that we expect to start next week constructing the temporary bypass road. This will require the alternating one-way traffic. The work will include excavation, subbage drainage, and a temporary bridge. The gas line relocation is the first part of the project. That will begin on January 15th. Work on that will take place at night from 7 to 6 a.m. The one-way traffic should continue for several months. The project is expected to be completed in May of 2017. And in New Canaan, they join the discussion about opioid abuse and addiction, which has come to the forefront in Connecticut and across the nation. An estimated 250 members of the community gathered in the meeting room inside Town Hall Wednesday night to learn just how harmful opioid addiction and abuse is for the human body. According to a member of the panel and clinical director of Silver Hill Hospital's outpatient addiction program, Dr. John Douglas, of persons aged 12 or above who have used painkillers recreationally, 55% report that they received the drug for free from a friend or relative. The presentation, which was called Athlete, Merit Scholar, Suburban Junkie, Protecting Our Kids from the Opioid Epidemic, was organized by New Canaan Health and Human Services and the League of Women Voters. Organizers say the event was meant to educate members of the community about the number one killer in America, which is drug overdose. Members of the panel included the New Canaan Police Chief, High School Resource Officer Jason Kim, Dr. Douglas, 2 adults in recovery, and addiction counselor Vince Benevento. Police Chief Leon Krolikowski said that 45% of all arrests are town residents, and people have been arrested for selling heroin and for selling cocaine. He said it's all right here. It's just a matter of us as a community paying more attention to what's going on and getting the right information. You can get more on that story at ncadvertiser.com. As we said, we're live here at the Prospector Theater. I'm not sure if we have Rob for weather. No, we do not. All right, so we're going to be back, and we're going to be talking to some folks from the Prospector coming up right after this.
It's the new year. The to-do list is long and it's easy to feel pulled in many directions at once. Your professional personal shoppers at Walter Stewart's are ready to check groceries off your list by shopping for you. Save extra time this year and spend it doing more important things. Great food and wine delivered to your home with the same-day service. Shop Stewart's online at stewartsmarket.com.
I really wanted something that felt like a home. Coming from a big house, I wanted the feel of a home as opposed to a condo. New Canaan is 6 minutes down the road. New Canaan's a beautiful little town to walk around. I work in Westport. My commute is 20 minutes. It's close to Westchester, where my family is, so the location is ideal. There is no other townhome that compares in the area. This is where I want to be.
In Pound Ridge since 1993, the Wine Connection is one of America's best wine shops. Visit our beautiful store for the greatest in wine and knowledgeable service. With wonderful values from around the world to collectibles for your cellar, we are your one-stop source. Visit our online shop at wineconn.com and make sure to sign up for email updates. With great offers, new arrivals, and special events, don't miss all the action at The Wine Connection, including tastings every weekend. The Wine Connection, located at 32 Westchester Avenue, Pound Ridge, New York.
Darien Sport Shop is a unique store because it's a family store. A busy mom can come in with kids in tow and find everything she needs for them, and even find a dress for herself for Saturday night. And if she's in a rush, she can simply go home and order it from us that night. We'll deliver it the next day. The Darien Sport Shop. We're pretty on the outside and amazing on the inside. Conveniently located with free and easy parking at 1127 Post Road, Darien, Connecticut. Or shop us online at dariensport.com. Darien Sport Shop is a unique store because it's a family store. A busy mom can come in
I'm
with
John
kids.
Kovach. I'm a newspaper editor. I'm a high school football coach. I'm a television presenter. And I want you to love fishing as much as I do. Tune in to Yankee Fisherman, Thursdays at 1 on the HAN network. It's like going to the tackle shop without leaving your office.
You are watching the HAN network, and you're not alone. Nearly 500,000 viewers enjoyed our broadcasts in the first 5 months. Advertise on the network that reaches Fairfield County, Connecticut's most engaged audience. Contact Jessica Murrin, Advertising Director, at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
And we're back on your coffee break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski. We are live at the Prospector Theater. So excited to be here. We're going to throw it over to Rob Adams right now, who is in a temperature-controlled area of the theater, but he's going to give us a look at today's weather. Rob?
Kate, good morning. May the force be with you all. A partly sunny day, a high near 45. Calm wind becoming southeast from 5 to 7 miles per hour in the afternoon. Now, rain is coming in tonight, but it really won't start until after 1 tomorrow morning. Low around 34, a calm wind that will become northeast from around 6 miles per hour after midnight. Chance precipitation, we're solid. It's 100%. To Saturday, rain mainly before 10 in the morning and a high near 41. Light and variable wind becoming northwest from 5 to 10 in the morning, so nothing to get too crazy about, but it is going to be a little bit of rain falling throughout the area. Partly cloudy tomorrow night, low around 25, wind chills between 20 and 25. Sunday, partly sunny, a high near 35, and Monday, a chance of snow showers just before noon, and again, doesn't seem to be much to get concerned about. Mostly cloudy, a low around 19. In fact, it's going to stay cold. 11 on Monday night, 25 Tuesday. I can't find anything higher than 30 before Thursday, so I'm doing my best here. Darien has 42 degrees. Danbury, you're at 38. And here in Ridgefield, with apparently some guy over my shoulder, it's 39 degrees. I keep hearing something about he is my father. Kate, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Rob. Well, I'm joined right now by Valerie Jensen, the driving force behind this wonderful facility. Valerie, we've talked before, and we're happy to be here at the Prospector today.
Welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here. Listening to that weather report, isn't it nice to be in a movie theater?
It is
Perfect
very nice to be
movie-going weather.
It is. And let's talk a little bit about the mission of the Prospector. Tell us about it.
Sure. Our mission is to provide meaningful employment to adults with disabilities, and we have 104 employees here. We call all of our employees prospects, since we are the Prospector Theater, and 70% of our employees or prospects self-identify with a disability. And we have seen people go from unemployed to living meaningful, happy, vibrant lives, and the transformation that people have shown through integrated meaningful employment is truly life-changing, and everybody here sparkles, just like all of our
just like you are sparkling right
here.
now. As you were saying, Valerie, you kind of blend in. There's a lot of pink here. It's a little bit of camouflage
I'm totally
for
camouflage, so I'm very safe when I'm in this environment. And then it's a great marketing tool. When I'm out of the theater, everyone's like, "Oh, you're from that theater." I'm like, "Yes, I am."
Definitely makes you memorable. But other than supporting a great cause and doing great work here, it's just a luxury theater experience. From what I can tell, this facility is gorgeous.
Thank you. All of our artwork, like the chandelier that you see before us, everything tells a story, and everything is mission appropriate, and everything is designed to build communication, build empathy, and build interaction between people as they come in. Our prospects take people on tours, and we have a lot of service learning opportunities. So we are working to really remove barriers and really reintroduce people to each other. With our screens and technology at home, we're so isolated. Here we embrace technology, but we want everybody on the same screen. And then you can come out of the movies, you can talk about your experience, and that's where the real magic has come in.
Right. And we should say, I mean, full concession stand. You also have
we have a bar.
Yeah.
And we have a restaurant that does events, and we make some awesome gourmet popcorn. You
Oh,
have
yeah?
to try that. It's addicting, and we make that in our up in our kitchen here, like caramel and chocolate and all that's good in the world, all rolled up into it. It's so good.
Well, everyone was laughing at me because I was like, I could hang out in the ladies' room all day.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's just so nice.
Thank you. I love it. I love it in there. You know, there was an attention to detail, and this is a very unusual. There is no movie theater like this in the world, and there are very few independent movie theaters being made today. But with this particular vision and mission, it just made so much sense. This building had been a movie theater back in the 1940s. It was a movie theater for 30 years, then it was a bank for 40 years. Really, to find the model for what I wanted with the movie theater, I just went to the past, back into the archives. I read a lot about what it was like movie-going in the golden age of movie-going, and where ushers took such pride in their jobs, and they had their gloves on, and everything was a VIP experience. And that's what we provide here. And we have the labor force and the talent that wants to do it. People with disabilities are so talented. 70% of all adults with disabilities in the United States are unemployed, and we want to help be drivers in changing that output. There are, with the right structure, with the right learning, with the right attitude, anybody is employable and proves they do such a good job.
That's amazing. And let's talk about what you guys have playing coming up.
Sure. We still have Star Wars.
Yes. We've been playing with all the Star Wars toys.
We have our toys all over the place. They have gotten into all sorts of trouble, these Stormtrooper guys. And actually, this weekend, we are kind of putting another push for Star Wars with like a see it again type thing. So we have lightsaber demos. We have Star Wars trivia. We have all sorts of stuff like surrounding Star Wars. Also, the Revenant. And people are coming out of the Revenant like, oh, whoa, that is supposed to be so good. And look, I'm kind of dressed for Revenant.
You are. It's
perfect.
perfect.
My, little
a
pink
bear.
The movie Brooklyn is coming out, and that's been nominated for a lot of things, and that's a great one. And Alvin and the Chipmunks. And that
perfect
remains
for
still,
family.
Yeah,
Yes.
kids and adults too. They love that movie. So a lot of fun stuff.
That's
really good
awesome.
stuff
And
going on.
a lot of the movies playing are ones that are nominated for Oscars now. So if you haven't seen them, you can check them out, which is very cool.
Absolutely. And I think that one of the greatest things about coming here to this theater is we make our own pre-show content here. We have our own production department. So all of the trailers and all of the pre-show stuff that you go in is stuff that we've made ourselves.
Oh, that's
and
so cool.
we're going to be putting up on our website some of our trailers that we've made and have our fans go ahead and vote for them to see what their favorite Prospect Academy Award winners are. We got some real talent emerged. We've been like, whoa, just blown away by our talent on our staff here. It's really fun. So you can follow that on our Facebook page, Prospector Ridgefield, and I recommend it. It's really good.
That's great.
Oh, and
yes,
as I'm sure you're aware, Tuesday is National Popcorn Day.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. So on Monday, we're going to be filming a big popcorn rock video here, so we can release it on Tuesday.
I've never heard of such a thing, but it sounds amazing.
Never a dull moment.
Never
Always something
a dull
so much
moment.
fun going on.
Well, you guys do need support.
Yes.
And so
yes,
how
we
can
do.
people help support, such a great cause?
You can help by coming to the movies and being part of it. During, and really, if people come during off-peak, you really get that really VIP, excellent customer experience. So we recommend that people come during the weekdays and coming to the movies. Also following us on social media. And we are a nonprofit. About 50% of our revenue comes from ticket sales and concession sales in the business. The other 50% comes from donations and from foundations. Or if you're a business considering becoming a strategic partner, we'll make you a commercial and put it up before our screens.
Oh, I like that.
And so good things. So come to the movies. Come to the
That's
movies.
great. Right here in Richfield. Again, tell people the website so they can check it out.
The website is prospectortheater.org, and it is on Facebook. We are Prospector Ridgefield.
That's awesome. Valerie Jensen, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we're going to step out for a quick break. When we come back, Rob's going to have the latest in sports news. We're also going to take a look back in history and talk about some more headlines coming up on your coffee break after this.
At Innovative Health and Rehabilitation, we provide an advanced level of care to resolve symptoms and minimize recurrence. Our experienced professional staff design and implement effective plans to return individuals to their prior level of function. We specialize in the treatment of orthopedic and sports injuries, pre-post surgical rehabilitation, performance enhancement, strength and conditioning, vestibular rehabilitation, balance and gait training. A convenient location and flexible scheduling is available to accommodate your needs. We look forward to providing you with a comprehensive level of care to meet your rehabilitation goals. We are also affiliated with 3 high schools, Norwalk, West Hill, and Stamford. Our certified athletic trainers cover the athletic events at the high schools to prevent, treat, and educate student athletes and injuries. Our certified athletic trainers also take part in the New Canaan Youth Football Program. Reach us at 650 West Avenue in Norwalk. Call us at 203-852-9903. Innovative Health and Rehabilitation.
Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
I'm Denise DiGregoli, the host of The Drive on the HAN Network. Join me Tuesdays for some motivational, intelligent talk with a little humor as we visit with people who live their lives mindfully. Tune in to The Drive live on Tuesdays, 12:30, here on the HAN Network.
Hi, I'm Rob Adams with my good friend Donald Eng, and we're the home team for Nutmeg Sports, Monday through Wednesday at 2 o'clock right here on the HAN Network. We are the place for all things Connecticut sports, so come hang out with us on Nutmeg Sports. Don? They don't call him the best color man in the game for nothing. Nutmeg Sports, 2 o'clock, Monday through Wednesday, right here on the HAN Network.
And we're back on this Friday, January 15th edition of your Coffee Break on the HAN Network, live from the Prospector Theater in Ridgefield. I'm Kate Czaplinski. Don Eng doesn't always travel well, so I'm filling in for him today on his history report. I'll do my best. Let's take a look back. Training and level-headed leadership resulted in a miracle. But first, 1559, Elizabeth I is crowned Queen of England in Westminster Abbey, London, England. The daughter of Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn, the Virgin Queen, snicker, had many suitors, but never married or produced an heir. She would reign for 44 years, and the so-called Elizabethan era was something of a golden age in England, with the arts flourishing under the leadership of playwrights such as William Shakespeare, while men like Francis Drake made England the preeminent nautical power in the world. 1870, a political cartoon for the first time symbolizes the Democratic Party with a donkey. The donkey is tagged Copperhead Papers, referring to the Democrat-dominated newspapers of the South, and the dead lion represents the late Edwin McMaster Stanton, President Abraham Lincoln's Secretary of War during the final 3 years of the Civil War. 1892, James Namath publishes the rules of basketball at the Springfield YMCA. Namath had been given 2 weeks to come up with a fun indoor activity to help kids exercise during the winter, and nailed peach baskets to the gym's rafters and had them shoot soccer balls into them. Fun fact, we all know the University of Kansas boasts one of the country's top college basketball programs, but did you know that the only coach in Kansas history to have a career losing record is the man who invented the game? In 10 seasons from 1898 to 1907, Namath's teams won 55 games and lost 60. And finally, 2009, there was this.
Right now. Does you need assistance?
Okay, which runway would you like to
Can I get them in for runway 1? Runway 1, that's good. Calculate 1529, turn right 280, you can land runway 1 at Teterboro.
We can't do it.
Okay, which runway would you like at Teterboro?
We're going to be in the
I'm sorry, say again, Cactus?
Yeah, 2 Tango Alpha, he's at 900 feet abeam the North Hudson. He's, looks like he's descending into the Hudson River. 2 Tango Alpha, looks like this may be an incident here.
2009, U.S. Airways Flight 1549 strikes a flock of geese, causing both engines to fail, and then makes an emergency landing in the Hudson River. All 155 passengers and crew members survive. The incident became known as the Miracle on the Hudson, and Captain Chelsea Sullenberger was soon rewarded as a hero. Tom Hanks has signed on to play him in a forthcoming Clint Eastwood film about the incident. All right, that does it for your history. I'm not Donald Ang, I'm Kate Czaplinski, and now it's time to throw it to Rob Adams for the latest in local sports. Rob?
Thanks, Kate, and good morning, everyone. Once again, we start in girls basketball. Darien beat visiting Danbury 41-28 at home last night as Aaron Karjewski had 12 points for the Blue Wave. Katie Ramsey had a game-high 15, and Christine Fior pulled down 12 rebounds. The Blue Wave have won 3 in a row. Just one score from boys basketball. It was Danbury over Darien 46-36, so the Hatters keep doing what they're doing, but the Blue Wave absolutely gave them a game. A nice FCAC note that's, well, he's not a current athlete, but still worth talking about. Tyler Matakevich has joined an elite group of FCAC athletes. The former St. Joseph star was named the consensus first-team All-America selection. Matakevich racked up 126 tackles, including 4.5 sacks and 15 tackles for loss, and had 5 interceptions throughout the year as Temple was 10-4. For the Owls. He is the only third FCAC All-America selection, joining former New Canaan star Pete Demerly and Steve Young of Greenwich, who starred at BYU and was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The HAN Network will be right here in Ridgefield later tonight for girls basketball. Of course, the rematch of the FCAC Championship as the Greenwich Cardinals take on the Ridgefield Tigers. That game is at 7 o'clock. Elsewhere in girls basketball, it's Trinity Catholic at New Canaan. Central visits Staples. McMahon is home for Stanford. Ward at West Hill. It's Trumbull at Ludlow and Wilton at St. Joseph. We move on to boys basketball now, where Stanford hosts McMahon. Ludlow at Trumbull. Ridgefield is at Greenwich. Trinity Catholic home for New Canaan, Staples at Central, St. Joseph at Wilton, West Hill is at Ward. A little further down, we've got girls ice hockey, Wilton at Massac, Darien home for Greenwich, and then the Blue Wave have to get right back in action tomorrow against the New Canaan Rams. To wrestling, it's Danbury at the Eastern States, that's in upstate New York, and in indoor track and field, I should say, Staples, Greenwich, Darien, Trumbull, Ludlow, Ward, St. Joseph, they're all at the Yale Indoor Classic. From boys swimming and diving, Darien home for New Canaan, Wilton at McMahon, Norwalk, and Trumbull at West Hill Stanford. Staples is home for Greenwich. Finally, in lightsaber hockey, the Tuscan Raiders of Tatooine High School eviscerated the Wampas of Hoth Prep 3-2. Some kid named Skywalker had the winning goal. With sports, I'm Rob Adams. Kate, back to you.
All right, nice one, Rob. Well, getting back to a little more news today, just to recap some of the top stories we're following. A Milford man faces additional charges in connection to several cases of sexual assault on a juvenile when he was arrested January 13th. 39-year-old Chad Withington of Chapel Street was already in custody on similar charges when police served him with arrest warrants charging him with additional assaults. According to a police report on November 18th, the Milford Police Department received a report of an attempted assault of a juvenile victim that had taken place between 2014 and 15. And on December 15th, Milford Superior Court issued additional warrants related to 2 other cases, police said. On January 13th, Withington appeared at Milford Superior Court and was served on the arrest warrants in those cases. And in other news, an accident in Shelton Thursday afternoon sent 2 people to the hospital. The section of the road near 329 Bridgeport Avenue and Nels Rock Road was blocked off by Shelton police following the 3-car accident. The opposite side of the road past the Cadillac dealership was also blocked off by several police units during that time. Police Sergeant James Millington told the Shelton Herald that the 2 drivers were rushed to the trauma center in Bridgeport, but they're going to be okay. However, they were badly hurt. Before reopening Bridgeport Avenue, officers on the scene spoke to witnesses and reenacted the crash to get a more clear idea of what happened. According to Sergeant Millington, witnesses said the Jeep 4x4 that was totaled in the crash swerved into oncoming traffic and collided with a red truck before it slid into a nearby wooded area. And in some local news, Ridgefield officials appear to be back to square one in searching for a use for the Schlumberger Properties Philip Johnson building, which they'd been exploring as a possible site for a museum dedicated to the legacy of artist and writer Maurice Sendak, who died in 2012 and had a home in northern Ridgefield for most of his adult life. First Selectman Rudy Marconi said this week that the Maurice Sendak Foundation has told the town it no longer views the building as a suitable site for a museum. Marconi said that the Sendak Foundation has informed the committee working on the conversion of the Philip Johnson building a Sendak museum that it is no longer interested in pursuing that location. However, Marconi said all hope is not lost, but at the current time, the foundation has sent us an email stating they feel it is not the right place. Jen Matthey, a member of the two-person committee that has been researching the idea for the town, said the foundation is still interested in a Maurice Sendak museum in Ridgefield, just not in that building. You can get more on that story at theridgefieldpress.com. But that's going to do it for this special edition of your Coffee Break live from the Prospector Theater. We're going to hang out here a little bit longer. And of course, tonight we're in Ridgefield for basketball. But we're having a great time, and definitely come check out the Prospector Theater if you get a chance. That's going to do it for your Coffee Break. I'll be back Monday at 11. Have a great weekend, everyone.